When it comes to raising leaders, I always feel that specifically for urban leaders, it's important for them to leave their setting just for a bit, not forever, but leave their setting for a while, retreat at a place where they can clear their minds, be out of their context, really think about the issues that they want to deal with, and then return back to the city and really deal with them. My name is Selma Lee Jamie.
My name is Christian Smith.
My name is Christopher Moore.
My name is Naomi Mitchell.
My name is DeQuisha Kai.
Victor Torres. Jose Garcia.
My name is Jennifer Silva.
Lead week was an experience where we had to focus and really stretch ourselves to make ourselves better people.
L.E.A.D stands for Learning, Experience, and Debriefing. It's pretty much we learn everything, by words. Then we go out, we experience it, and after we experience it, we get together, we talk about it. We've talked about how to improve our self-efficacy, which is kind of like our ability to make things happen. So our project is we're going to build a structure sort of similar to these things over here. It's going to be not exactly like that, but similar.
We're building a chill shed. At least that's what I call it. It's a place where you go to chill shed.
I feel pretty good about it because we all picked that as a team and we're all working on it. So it's not like somebody was disagreeing with it. It was everybody's idea.
It's an alright project.
Every morning, we had to wake up early and do a spiritual reflection time.
We came in the morning, waited for everybody, 7:30 in the sunroom, and basically broke down the Our Father.
God, what is your will in me as it is in heaven? What is it? We would say that over and over.
That's where I felt L.E.A.D was most effective for me, was at the morning, morning prayers.
It was a good time because usually I don't really get up like that to pray, so it's another way of me finding new ways to talk to God.
Well, building the shelter in the beginning was kind of aggravating because nobody was getting along as much.
Why?
Because you're always arguing with me.
Because you won't just let me win. Why are you recording this, Zach?
You're not supposed to win all the time. That's not how it goes.
Because there are times where not everybody communicated and we had little arguments.
Chris, what are you doing? Help her bring this end over there. No, for real. I mean, it's not going to be able to hold it by herself over there.
You just told me to come here.
Chris, come over here.
What are you guys doing?
People didn't know what they were doing. They were just floating around. Nobody really had an official job.
Why are you videotaping me standing here?
We were excited, we're going to build something, but not excited when we actually came out here, we have to get everything ourselves. And it's when we finally realized it's gonna take a lot of work.
This year with L.E.A.D, I dealt mostly with conflict resolution skills. We dealt with really deep, intense issues, and I think we really got far this year.
She gave us exercises to practice what Pastor Banks has told us. So, one was trust.
For the first one, we were all in a circle, so it was basically one person stood in the center, and they would just fall forward in whichever direction they fell. We had to catch them and put them back in place.
You have to trust the people around you that when you lean over and to fall, that they'll push you back up and push you to another hand.
It's a scary feeling, but it's also very exhilarating knowing that people are working together to keep you from falling.
And no one fell. We all trust each other, so.
One of the days of prayer was called the Receiving Day, and it went with the portion of Christ's prayer that says, "Give us this day our daily bread." And not far from Camp Deerpark is a place called Freedom Farm, where they grow produce, and they also have a dairy farm alongside them. And I thought it would be a good idea to head over to Freedom Farm for our spiritual reflection that morning, but also mixing that in with a service project that would fall into the lead theme of actually doing and learning from the experience.
My favorite day, because in the city you don't do things like that. Everything is like just processed and made for you, and then going out and seeing God's creation and watching how things grow from God through people. It's fun. It's fun to experience.
What I am doing is I am making butter in a jar.
Tell me about the process.
Well, I don't know much about it. I was just given the jar and said, shake, don't stop.
The breakfast at Freedom Farm, it was different, but it got me full.
It was a tough morning. We got up really early, and we did a lot of weeding.
I weeded the cornfields. And if you look at it this way, I felt it's important to weed because like weeds choke the life out of what you're trying to grow, and it's like I'm pretty much a hero to the corn.
You'd be surprised how many metaphors were drawn out of just weeding.
When we was pulling out the weeds, it was very difficult because every time we pulled the weed, we'll look back and there'll still be more weeds, and we could use that to our Christian life.
Those plants had so many weeds around, and were in a pretty bad environment. They still managed to spring up and ripe and grow.
We tie a thinner pole from the big tree to that pole.
Middle, on this side, we'll have it planted up. We'll tie it to this tree. It's like half on this side.
This year we dealt a lot with the internal conflict that goes on in each of us as we pursue our walk with Christ. We try to deal with our friend, who's not really our friend, but that second voice or that other half of us that keeps us from achieving our goals and our dreams.
We had to write a letter to our best friend that messes up your life and keeps you away from God.
Part of maintaining that prayerful life is saying goodbye to the friend or that side of us that keeps us from being connected to Christ.
When we went up to the campfire, we read our letters out loud, and we said that we're going to let it go in Jesus' name, and we threw it into the fire. And after that, we felt free from our best friend, and when we go back to the city, we have to know that our best friend is long gone and that we can move on now.
It's like a dirty window, and then you're cleaning the window to make the sun shine through.
And move backwards.
Lean it against this tree.
Move backwards. This is now going backwards. Mainly Jose. Now, that's good.
See the difference? I pretty much brought my city attitude to camp, and it wasn't right. I know it wasn't right, my bad attitude. I mean, I had a goal, and it was just to be a better person, and I think I did it.
The leaders were there for the things that they had to be there for, but at the end of the day, it was a test for us to see if we could get ourselves together, put aside our differences, and just go at that one goal. And we did it.
It's good. It's sturdy. Like any other building. It's like kind of like professionals built it. I feel like a professional building it.
That I learned from this week is that You shouldn't let anything come between you and the relationship you have with God, because there's nothing that powerful to hold you back, just Jesus himself.
Before this, I had just recently accepted God because I went through stuff in my life. This L.E.A.D program just helped it even more. It just made me even closer. It made me think about who I really am and what do I really listen to, if I listen to God or if I listen to my sins. And I found out that I really did listen to my sins, but now, I don't even think I'm going to do that anymore.
I feel that it's important for us to not only train leaders, but then have a place for them to implement what they've learned. Camp Deerpark is an excellent place for that. It's a place that I used to come to with my youth group when I was growing up, to come and tackle and struggle with a lot of topics and concerns, and then go back with a clear mind and a new perspective.